Okay, let's hope this is working or that this stays working. My internet is down. What do you do when your internet's down? Thank God that I can tap into, the 4G, 5G, or whatever that is. But send me some positive vibes that I can get my Wi-Fi back up, because I'm going to be doing a live training at 5:30, and I have to do that on my computer. Anyway, today is Flex Week. Not today, but this whole week. So that's what I'm coming on to talk to everyone about. So I want to wait and see if anybody's going to join. Hi, Liz. Yay. Hi, Mary. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have decided that I'm going to be doing all of my Facebook Lives from now on here inside the group for you guys, my special audience of manifestors, and instead of doing it on my Facebook page, because you know what? You guys deserve to have all the good stuff, right? So if you have friends that you believe would benefit from this group, invite them in, because this is where I'm going to be sharing all of my coaching, all of my live trainings. We have some really fun stuff coming up next month, some really cool challenges. And so if you have friends, invite them. Don't add them, because I'm not a big fan of just adding people, hijacking them and putting them in groups. But just invite them and tell them something about the group and why you are here and why they might like it. So I'm on Flex Week. Do you guys know what Flex Week is? Does anybody here take a Flex Week or even a Flex Day? I think you know, Mary, what Flex Week is. You and I have talked about it. So I'd love to hear from you, whether you're live or you are watching the replay. Type in the comments and let me know what you do for work. I'd love to know, are you an employee? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you work for yourself? Do you work for a company? What do you do for work? I just want to get to know what you guys are doing. You know what I do. I'm a coach, and I work online mostly. I do meet people in person. I do meet clients in person, but most of the work that I do is online. And so I'd love to know what it is that you do. And what kind of schedule do you have? Because what I'm going to talk to you about today is how I've been able to create this Flex Week where I take 1 week off every month. Let that sink in. 1 whole week every single month. Mary, you work from home. Yes, awesome. Liz, I know that you do not work from home. Let us know in the comments what it is that you do, so everybody else can see the amazing work that you do. And Liz, I know you're coming to the Zone event, which is so powerful because you're looking to add a piece to the online space, to what you already do. So anyway, a Flex Week is when you take off a whole week. Now, let me be honest. It doesn't mean that that week that I take off, which happens to be the last week of every month, means I don't do any work. Sometimes I do because I choose to, right? In fact, typically what happens is I have, I don't have clients on my Flex Week, so I get to work more on my creatively. I get to work on what I want to do in the business, maybe some content or something like that. So it just gets really light, right? So my week gets lighter. So this week I actually decided that I'm going to do a free training for my community. I was able to do that and decide that because I had more time in my schedule. I didn't have client calls and all of the other things that can fill my day. And so what I do is I schedule everything the first 3 weeks of the month. Or, for example, next month there's 5 weeks, so I schedule everything the first 4 weeks. And this is something that has just made what I do for work so much more efficient. It's made it so much more efficient, which seems counterintuitive because I used to think, oh my God, how? And my current business coach, Shanda Sumter, trained us on this, taking this 1 week off a month, at least working up to it. And I started to apply it right away, but I was thinking, oh my gosh, that sounds counterintuitive. I'm not going to be able to get as much work done. And actually, it's worked out so much better because here's what happens. You get that downtime. You're not constant go, go, go mode, and you're able to be back on, right? Be totally on fire and be refocused after that week. It's like a refresher. It's like having like a little mini vacation. So what I do with my flex week is typically I have more time at the gym because that's something I love to do. I have more time hiking, mountain biking, which I'm living on a farm right now in this beautiful Oregon countryside. So I get to do that here. All of that is just right here where we live. So I get to do more stuff that I want to do. I get to read more. Right? So not only work out, I get to read more, I get to spend more time with my family. I get to cook more, which I really love to do as well. Most of the time, my husband and I will have 2 date nights a week in a flex week, where typically we just have one. And I'll tell you what, that was not something that I ever even scheduled into my days or my weeks or my life before. Right? I would just kind of do stuff when I had time. And typically those kind of things get put to the back burner. You end up doing them last or not doing them at all, the things that you actually want to do because you're so full with your day-to-day work schedule. So I would love to hear from you, like what kind of downtime or off time do you have in your company, in your business, in the job that you do? How much vacation do you have a week? Or not a week. You wish you had vacation every week if you're an employee. How much vacation do you take in a month, right? How much off time do you take? I would love to hear from you in the comments just to kind of get an idea. Okay, Liz, the weekend. So that tends to be the typical, right? And do you feel like you have enough time to recover and refresh and come in really fresh for the work week, Liz, when you just have the weekends off? And then how about for vacation? How much vacation do you take in a year? Mary says, you're a lot more aware of how much off time even during a day. Liz says, I take vacation about every 6 months. So twice a month, Liz, is your vacation. I mean, twice a year. Okay. So think about how powerful it is. Now, of course, you can only do this as an entrepreneur, right? If you're working for yourself, you can take off a week every month. So that's what, 12 weeks that I'm taking off. And here's the kicker. I'm taking off 12 weeks a month, but I'm taking off an entire month. I'm taking off the entire month of December. December is my anniversary month. This year we're going to Paris, France. And it's also the holidays. We travel back to the East Coast. We do a lot of family stuff. And so I've decided that December makes perfect sense for me to take off the entire month. My clients already know this. I don't do any coaching in December, and I won't be doing any enrollment, meaning I won't be taking on new clients. I won't be doing any of that. I won't even be doing Facebook Lives, not scheduled ones. I'll be off the entire month. I might bring you guys along with my phone and take some video of the adventures that I'm on. But that's so powerful, you know, especially for me, someone who used to be a total workaholic. In fact, I'm doing a training on that, being a reformed workaholic. And so that's been a really powerful transition for me. So here's what I want to say for you. If you can't do this in your own life because you don't work for yourself, you can purposely create flex days, right? You can create flex days in your week. And somehow, depending on what kind of freedom you have at your job, you can just look at how can I lighten my load? How can I lighten perhaps maybe even the pressure I put on myself, right? So you can find a day in the week, maybe it's Friday for you, maybe it's Wednesday, like whatever it is, you can come up with your own creative ways of how you can have more flexible time in the day. So what ideas do you have if you're an employee of how you can create flex time in your life? Right? Like I said, I know that you can't take a week off every month like I do, or a whole month of December, but there's other ways that you can be creative about this. Because here's what I am finding. The more that I build this downtime into my schedule, into my day-to-day life, the more productive I actually am. So the better my work output is, the less mistakes I make, the happier I am, the more relaxed I am. And so it affects everything else around me. How does that sound to you? Does that sound like something you'd like to have more of in your life? If so, throw some likes up here, throw some hearts so I know that it's resonating with you. Hi, Lynette. Hi, Lynette. So I'll tell you, when I was a workaholic and was working nonstop, I talked about this a little bit in the group last week. It cost me a lot. It cost me my health. I started to notice that I wasn't feeling as good. I didn't have time to take care of myself as much. I was putting on weight. I was getting kind of like allergies to foods, and that's because you really compromise your immunity, your immune system. You compromise your health in so many ways when you're stressed out or when you're in constant overdrive and not taking enough downtime. And so that's really what it cost me back then. And now I have so much more downtime, so much more freedom, and I'm still creating a lot of success in my life, a lot. In fact, this new coaching business that I've been in now for 7 months has completely taken off, and it's just continuing to grow and grow and grow. And so the point of me sharing that is because it's a whole new mindset of realizing and recognizing that you don't have to constantly push, go, do more in order to produce more results. So I have learned how to manifest more in my life, more money, more time, more joy, more freedom by actually doing less, And it's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful space and energy to be in. And so I would encourage you to come up with ways that you can manifest more, meaning whatever that is for you. Whether you want more joy, you want more family time, you want more quality time, you want more money. Sit with, how can I actually do less so that I can be more productive and have better results in my life? When I had a long to-do list, 10, 15, 20 things to do a day, I was far less productive than I am now, where I have my one big important thing to do every day, and then maybe one or two other items that I get to if I get my big thing done. But I always get that one important thing done. I create a win for myself. I get it done early in the morning, first thing before anything else. And then the rest is just all an added extra bonus. So that relieves so much pressure. But like I said, it also makes me far more productive than when I was doing a lot of busy work and just thinking that I had to constantly be checking something off of the list. So let me know if that supports you. I know it's a little bit of a delay here, so I'm going to ask you right now, if you're still watching, is any of this helpful? And do you have any questions around flex time and want any support on how you can apply it? Mary, I know you work for yourself and that you say sticking to boundaries. Yeah, I know what you mean. You can get an accountability buddy for that, right? You can have somebody help you be accountable to that. When I coach people, I'm really big on, like, I even have a small group right now, and I have them paired up with accountability partners, because that's very true, especially if you work for yourself. You can be, just really excited about, well, I don't want to say excited. You can be overly excited to doing more, because it's that mentality of thinking I have to do more to produce more. And what the whole point of this is that you don't. And there's a book, I wonder if I have it here, by Dan Sullivan, who is an amazing coach, and he teaches this concept of 10xing. So 10x requires you to think bigger, requires you to think differently. And it doesn't require you to do more. So let me just give you an example to kind of put this in context. If you have a goal and you want to double, say, like your income, or you want to double your result in something. Say you want to lose weight, right? And so 2xing is going to require you to do 2 times the amount of work. But if you 10x the goal, you make it bigger. I want to 10x my income. I want to not only lose weight, but I'm going to change my entire lifestyle, and I'm going to be a competitive athlete or whatever. When you take that goal that is originally very small and just common, right? Every person is like, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds or 5 pounds, or, I want to make, just a little bit more than I'm making now. That actually seems to your mind that that's easier than going 10x to 10x your income and to completely transform your body and all of this stuff. But that is actually easier to accomplish, the 10x goal, than that double goal, because that smaller goal requires you to do more work. The 10x goal requires you to actually think differently. You have to be strategic. You've got to do something differently, not just more of what you're already doing. So I hope that makes sense. And I share that as an example for how you can think outside the box and how you can create flex time, how you can do less in order to produce more in your life, and see how that changes things for you in your life. Oh, good. I'm glad that was helpful, Lynette. I got to share something, just complete transparency with you guys. If I seem like I'm stumbling over my words and I sound and look tired, it's because I am. Because I got to tell you something. Even though this is my flex week, guess what? Today I got up so early, and I've been on phone calls because I'm on the Pacific Coast, with people from the East Coast and actually in England. So I've got some friends that I'm working on a project with, and I have been on the phone talking to them non-stop. So I'm like at the end of my my talking capacity. So, but this is what's cool, because it's a flex week and I can choose to do that, right? Just hang out all day in my workout clothes and talk nonstop and catch up with people and all of that. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. So let me know if you have ideas, put them in the comments. I would love to see what you guys come up with in terms of how you can create more flex time in your life. So I hope that was helpful. I will be here with you guys next week. By the way, for those of you who are watching the replay, if you are an entrepreneur, if you work for yourself or you want to, send me a private message. I know you guys have heard me here and there talking about this zone event that I'm going to, but I'd love to talk to you about it one-on-one and just ask some questions or answer some questions and talk about how this might be a really good move for you. Liz, I know you already took action and you are going to be there. I'm excited. I'm holding space for Mary, and it's just going to be super, super exciting. Oh, Lynette, you're on the West Coast of Canada. Awesome. Cool. Enjoy your visit with your son. And everyone, thanks for hanging in, and I will see you next week. And I might pop in this weekend. See you guys.